Hello, I'm Maggie Batista. I'm a writer, a storyteller, and an intuitive. I want to talk to you about a beautiful and ancient tool that exists within you to help you grow, to help you heal or remember your wholeness, to help you find closure, to help you hold yourself through change, to help you find or allow all the answers that you're looking for outside of yourself, to help you allow those answers to surface from within. This tool is the voice of your soul, sometimes referred to as the inner voice. The voice of your soul is the calm and all-knowing wisdom and language that surfaces from within when we get quiet and listen. It is the kernel of you, the essence of you, the core of the core of the core of your being. It's your soul. Your soul is your original self. Not who you were as a child, not who your mind thinks you are now, but who your original self was at birth, before these human bodies took over, before masses of human bodies took over, before societies and systems and cultures impinged on your allowing. Your original self, your soul, knows your truth, knows why you're here, knows what you're here to heal, knows what you're here to learn, and knows the keys to your prosperity and your allowing, to allow all that is, and to just be who you were born to be. And in allowing all that is, your soul connects you to all that is, and guess what? You are all that is. And your inner voice will help you remember this by simplifying all that is into the now, to connect you to it and to remind you that you are all that is. And it really is that simple. Now, while it is a kind of higher intelligence, the voice of the soul has no concept of space and time, or when it does, it thinks far more expansively than the human does. Our minds consider the past, the present, and the future, but the soul considers the distant past, like past lives and your lineage, and also the distant future, like future lives and future iterations of the collective that exist on Earth today, and all the other timelines where everything is happening at once. The soul's wisdom is from all lifetimes, all dimensions, and all timelines. And that's why it does such a good job at connecting you to all that is. Now, when I say that the inner voice helps you allow all that is, I mean the soul's voice is an allowing. It offers an allowing. It invites you into an allowing of your peace and pleasure and joy. It allows the most peaceful path to surface. It allows as much ease as possible to just be, to just merge with all that is. That said, the soul does not expect this life, the traumas incurred through this life as a human on this planet, to disappear and evaporate like the end of a fairy tale. The soul only asks that you exist and stand tall and allow your peace through any pain, to know that the only thing that matters is your allowing and your connection to all that is, and to you remembering that you are all that is. This kind of allowing, this kind of peace, this kind of flow is within you at all times. And that's why the voice of the soul can guide you, ease you, soothe you, hold you, and help you choose you. In fact, if you get still and listen closely, and sometimes you don't have to listen so closely, I mean, sometimes it's right on your lips. But if you listen, you will hear your truth. You will hear how simple it all is. Now, there are lots of voices within your humanness, and your inner voice, your soul's voice, is the ringleader. The soul takes in all the parts of you, the mind and its fears and its strategy, the body, the emotions and sensations within the body, your intuition and even your awareness, the aware parts of you, the witness. And as the ringleader of all the parts of you, the voice of the soul discerns all of your messages and offers your truth. And that's because the inner voice is interlinked. It's very connected to your inner knowing and your intuition. And those parts of you are very discerning, just like the mind is very discerning, just like the emotions within the body, the feelings in the body. They tell you a story. They paint a picture. The soul's voice is very discerning, and it can take it all in and cut through the hype, cut through the cloudiness, cut through the mess, cut through the stories you tell yourself, the stories you allow others to tell you about you. The inner voice is like a knife in that way. It does that for you because you get to choose. You get to choose the stories you tell yourself. You get to choose the feelings you feel. You get to choose how simple it can be. And the soul is here to remind you of that, of how simple it can be. The soul's voice cuts through the messages like a knife to discern the truth of all that is for you. Now, is it the truth of all that is for all souls? In many ways, yes, it is. But your humanness may need to hear things in a slightly different way from some other human, so the soul may use language entirely unique to you. Now, as a human, if there is ever any choosing to be done, your soul will always choose you. The voice of your soul will take in all the bits of you and always choose you. Your love, your compassion, your self-compassion, your desires, and allow you to drift toward joy, toward peace, toward pleasure. When the inner voice offers a message, that message often is choose you, hold you, soothe you. And I want to say that again because it's been said to me dozens of times by the soul's voice. The voice of the soul says, if there is ever any choosing to do, choose you, hold you, soothe you. Over several videos, I'm going to share a lot more about the voice of the soul. It has changed my life. It has helped me remember my wholeness. It has held me during tough times. It has explained change to me in the simplest of words. It has been my greatest teacher. It has shown me that the answers for everything are not outside of me. They are always within me. Always. It has taught me to refrain from any need for external validation and to just trust me completely. Even when it's difficult to trust me, even when I'm deep in my feelings, when I think I may drift into being a less reliable witness. In fact, it has helped me lean into my feelings, feel them, and move on to better feelings and better things far quicker than any other form of healing. And I have tried dozens of other modalities. I have a deep bench of healing tools. But the voice of the soul is my favorite tool, the most ancient of tools. I now live a life almost entirely guided by my soul. And I'm going to share more about how that looks and feels too, because today, the present feels so much better than any other phase of my life. Truly. If you'd like to hear more about the soul's voice or even hear messages from my own soul's voice, I invite you to join my community where I text you those audio messages and stories and so much more. Until my next video, may your peace bring you all sorts of magic. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back very soon.